Welcome back, and thank you for listening. In this chapter, we'll explore how the people closest to us, our family, friends, and social groups, play a powerful role in shaping our habits. You'll see how deeply we're influenced by the desire to fit in, and how the culture around us determines which habits we find attractive. Let's begin. In 1965, a Hungarian man named Laszlo Polgár began writing unusual letters to a woman named Clara. Laszlo was obsessed with the power of hard work. He completely rejected the idea of natural talent. Instead, he believed that with proper training and consistent habits, any child could become a genius. His motto was simple: a genius is not born, but is educated and trained. Laszlo wanted to test his belief with his own children, and he needed a wife who would support the experiment. Clara, a teacher, shared similar views. She believed that with the right instruction, anyone could improve. The field they chose was chess. Laszlo planned everything. Their children would be home-schooled. The house would be filled with chess books and pictures of grandmasters. The girls would train constantly, play each other, and enter competitive tournaments. They even kept detailed records of every opponent. Eventually, the couple had 3 daughters: Susan, Sophia, and Judith. Susan, the eldest, started playing chess at 4 and beat adults within 6 months. Sophia became a world champion by age 14, and a grandmaster a few years later. And Judith, the youngest, was the best of all. By 5, she beat her father. By 12, she was ranked among the top 100 players in the world. At 15, she became the youngest grandmaster ever, breaking Bobby Fischer's record. For 27 years, Judith was the top female chess player in the world. To outsiders, their childhood seemed intense. But the sisters described it as fun, even magical. They loved chess. It wasn't a burden. It was their normal. That's the key. In their world, playing chess for hours every day wasn't strange. It was praised. And in any culture, whatever is praised and normal becomes attractive. Humans are social creatures. We want to belong. We want to fit in. That's not just emotional, it's biological. For most of our history, living in tribes meant survival. Being cast out meant danger, or even death. As the saying goes, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Even today, our brains are wired to connect. We seek approval and avoid rejection. Because of this, most of our early habits are copied, not chosen. We imitate our parents, our friends, our teachers, and society at large. Each of these cultures has its own expectations: how to dress, how to speak, how to celebrate. These invisible rules shape how we behave. Often, we don't even question them. Michel de Montaigne, the French philosopher, once wrote, "The customs and practices of life in society sweep us along. Answer: we follow. Because fitting in feels natural. If your family praises you for being athletic, sports become attractive. If your colleagues wear sharp suits, you'll want one too. If your friends use a new phrase or inside joke, you'll copy it, just to belong." That's how habits spread. We tend to imitate 3 key groups. First, the close, our family and friends. Second, the many, the crowd, or the tribe. Third, the powerful, those with prestige and influence. Let's explore each of these in turn. We're especially influenced by those around us, our parents, partners, and peers. You might adopt your partner's bedtime routine, or copy your friend's eating habits. James Clear, the author, shares how he naturally mimics the posture or accent of those he's around, often without realizing it. And the science backs this up. In one study tracking 12,000 people for over 30 years, researchers found that if a friend became obese, your own risk increased by 57%. The same is true in reverse. When one partner lost weight, the other often did too. This kind of peer pressure is powerful, but it's not always bad. If you're surrounded by driven people, you're more likely to push yourself. Take astronaut Mike Massimino. At MIT, he took a robotics class with 10 people. 4 of them became astronauts. The environment made greatness feel normal. Your surroundings shape your standards. If you join a culture where your desired habit is normal, it no longer feels hard, it feels expected. Even better, join a group where you already have something in common. For example, nerd fitness helps Star Wars and gaming fans get fit. Shared interests make new habits feel like familiar territory. Because nothing motivates us like belonging. When you're part of a tribe, you're no longer saying, "I'm trying to eat healthy." You're saying, "We are healthy eaters." Identity becomes collective, and that's powerful. Next comes the crowd. In the 1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch ran a famous experiment. A group of people, mostly actors, were shown a card with a line, and then another card with 3 lines. They were asked to match the correct length. The answer was obvious, but the actors had been told to give the wrong answer. The real subject, unaware of the setup, was left confused. They looked around, nervously laughed, and second-guessed themselves. Eventually, many gave in and agreed with the crowd, even when they knew the answer was wrong. Asch repeated this many times. The results were clear. The more people giving a wrong answer, the more likely the subject was to conform. By the end, nearly 75% of participants gave the wrong answer, just to fit in. This isn't limited to psychology labs. We follow restaurant reviews, look at bestseller lists, and copy online trends, because we trust the majority. The tribe becomes our guide. But here's the problem. Sometimes, the crowd is wrong. In one animal study, chimpanzees abandoned smarter strategies, just to fit in with a new group. They'd rather blend in than stand out. Humans do the same. Most days, we'd rather be wrong with the group, than right on our own. And that's the danger. Changing your habits often means going against the grain. That's why it feels hard. Not because it's impossible, but because it's lonely. Fitting in is easy. Standing alone takes effort. Lastly, we imitate those with status. We admire people who are successful, respected, or admired. And we copy their behavior, consciously or not. We try the productivity hacks of CEOs, the diets of celebrities, the routines of athletes. We crave recognition, and habits that bring us praise or respect feel more attractive. This works in both directions. We mow the lawn before our in-laws visit. We clean the house before guests arrive. We fear judgment, so we adjust our behavior to maintain status. Even the Polgár sisters were influenced by this. Their culture valued chess. Their parents praised them. They gained titles and admiration. The habit stayed attractive because the reward wasn't just winning. It was status. So, what can we take from this? The habits you form are deeply tied to the people around you. We imitate the habits of those close to us, the many around us, and the powerful we admire. To build better habits, surround yourself with a culture that supports them. Join a group where the behavior you want is already the norm. And make sure you share something in common with that group. Most days, we'd rather be wrong with the crowd than right alone. But when you join the right crowd, doing the right thing becomes easy. Because in the end, we rise, or fall, with the tribe. Thank you for listening. Chapter 9 of Atomic Habits.